Well, hello my dear viewers, welcome to the Brainiac. In today's video, we're going to focus on mechanics. And then, we're going to talk about finding the components of a vector. Without further delay, let us go into the video.
Here I have a velocity vector directed at a 30-degree angle. Carefully watch this. Earlier, I had drawn a force vector, but I drew it on a Cartesian plane. But here there is no Cartesian plane. Instead, I have drawn the vector on a horizontal surface projected to a 30-degree angle. So now what are we going to do is, we are going to find its components. To achieve this goal, there are several steps. Step number 1 would be finding the component of x and the component of y. So, first let us construct them. The next step is projecting the vectors. It is just simply drawing dotted lines and joining the end of the v vector with the x and y vectors. So as I mentioned in my previous video, I can move this vector here because the vector's magnitude is same here, only the position is different. And I also mentioned that even though positions of two vectors are different and their magnitudes are equal, they can be moved in either locations. So now this would be the new y. The length of the x component and the y component would be the magnitude of these two vectors. So that would be our next step. Step number 3 is finding the magnitude of the x and y components. The next step would be finding the magnitude of the x and y vector. If you notice, the vector on the x-axis is on the adjacent side of this angle. The vector on the y-axis is on the opposite side of this angle. So I can write them as follows. Vx would be v into, now this v is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is this vector. So the hypotenuse times cos theta. And I can also write the y vector as v times sine theta. So these are equal to 30 meters per second, which is the magnitude of the hypotenuse or the velocity vector, into cos 30 degrees. So I can write the same here too. 30 meters per second into the sine of 30 degrees. So this would be approximately equal to 26 meters per second. And this would directly be equal to 15 meters per second. So now we have successfully found the magnitudes of the x vector and the y vector. So the next step, the fourth step, is to write them in the vector format. So the next final step is to write the both vectors as a whole vector. That would be step number 5. So if I want to write two vectors as a whole vector, this is the common formula. For those who do not remember, this would be helpful. So if I write this scenario as a whole vector, it can be represented as follows. So that's the end of this video. In this video, as a recap, what we saw was how to find the components of a vector in 5 simple easy steps. So if you liked this video, please put a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Brainiac because learning is fun. Also do not forget to subscribe to our sponsors Funfetti Kitchen. Cooking is fun, and this week on Funfetti Kitchen they premiered a simple recipe to make a cake with 3 simple ingredients that you won't even believe. So if you are interested in that recipe, you can have the link in the description box below and go and visit it. Have fun, study well, and be safe. Until we meet in another video, it's me Brainiac signing off, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.